Hello children, in the last class we have dealt with problems in median where the class interval was not given properly, and now all those problems we have done so far were all related to continuous frequency distribution, and if the given data in terms of class interval is given to you as discrete, what will happen? Discrete, I mean to say 118 to 126. Again, the next class interval will not start from 126, it will start from 127. So there is a gap between 126 and 127. In the previous cases, you had the class intervals as 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. Is it not? You had a continuous class interval. These two things were same. What was this 10? The 10 here was upper limit, and this 10 here was lower limit. It was the upper limit for class 1, this was a lower limit for class 2. And now the concept of boundary will arise. For example, I take 0 to 9, 10 to 19, 20 to 29. Now you can see what is the upper limit of this class? 9. What is the lower limit of this class? 10. Between upper limit of the previous class and lower limit of the present class lies the lower boundary of the present class. So lower boundary will be less than 10 but definitely greater than 9. So you take that as 10 plus 9 by 2 and it will be 19 by 2, which comes to 9.5. So it will be less than 10. So that is what is important when you are calculating lower boundary. Alright, so when we are dealing with median, we have to write the cumulative frequency. How do you write the cumulative frequency? Less than cumulative frequency, to be more precise. It is 3, 3 plus 5, 8, 8 plus 9, 17, 17 plus 2 is 19, plus 10 is 29, 29 plus 5 is 34, 34 plus 4 is 38, 38 plus 2 is 40. So when I count the total frequency also, that will be equal to 40. Now what I have to do? I have to calculate n by 2. n by 2 means 40 divided by 2. What is 40 divided by 2? 20. So this 20 I have to plot in the cumulative frequency. I can see the frequency, the cumulative frequency above 20 is 29 immediately. So this class is my median class. And this is the cumulative frequency. This is the frequency of the class. Now comes the lower boundary. In all the previous problems, these two values were same, but now the L is going to change. L is the average of this. So average of this will be 144.5. It will be less than 145, but definitely greater than 144. And what is the class width or class difference? Difference between two consecutive lower limits or two consecutive upper limits. Don't take horizontally, take vertically. So it will be 127 minus 118, and that comes to 9. So now I have to write here L, lower boundary. Lower boundary is not 145. Please observe this, because this is a discrete series. It is 144.5. What is class width? H is equal to 9. What is cumulative frequency? Cumulative frequency is 17. What is the frequency? Frequency is equal to what? 12. Now I have to calculate the median. What is the formula for median? Median is equal to L plus n by 2 minus CF by F. Always put these things in brackets into H. What is L value here? 144.5 plus n by 2. N by 2 we have calculated, which is 20, minus cumulative frequency is 17 by F. F value is 12 into what is H value? H value is 9, right? So 144.5 plus what is 20 minus 17? 3 by 12 into 9. 3 ones are, 3 fours are, and then you have 9 divided by 4. 144.5 plus 9 divided by 4, I will calculate in the rough work. 4 2s are 8, 1, put a point, so you will get 0. 4 2s are 8, you will get 2. Already you can have points, so you can borrow 0. 4 5s are 20. So you are left with 2.25. Now I have to add 144.5. 2.25, both you have to add. It is a 5, it is 7, it is 6, it is 4, it is 1. So it is 146.75 is the median. So children, please try to observe. This is a different question than others because the class intervals are given to you as discrete series. It is not continuous series. So little care you have to take when you are calculating the lower boundary. Otherwise, the problem is very simple. I am sure you understood this. Now you may pause the video and copy down this problem, and meanwhile we will go for the next concept. Okay. Well children, I am sure you copied the previous problem. Now you need graph paper, pencil and eraser. Don't worry, we will handle that in the next class. But now today you listen to the concept. Next class you will require all that because we have to do graphs in statistics. That we will do it in the next class. But now I am going to give introduction to you something called as ogive curves, right? The pronunciation is ogive curves. Don't call it as ogive curves. That is not the correct pronunciation. The pronunciation is O-J-E-E-V, right? But the spelling is O-G-I-V-E, and you read that as ogive curves. Now what are ogive curves? Ogive curves are nothing but graphical representation of cumulative frequency distribution, right? The graphical representation of cumulative frequency distribution are called ogive curves, right? This is a very, very simple definition. If somebody is asking you what is ogive curve, you will just say it is the graphical representation of cumulative frequency distribution. When I say graphical representation of cumulative frequency distribution, the cumulative frequency can be in two types: less than cumulative frequency, greater than cumulative frequency. Therefore, our ogive curves will also be of two types. There are two types of ogive curves. Two types of ogive curves. The first type is less than ogive curve. The second one is more than or greater than ogive curve. The name itself is like that, greater than ogive curve. In the examination, the author may ask you, find the more than ogive curve for the following data, or find the less than ogive curve for the following data. Less than ogive curve. Now what is this less than ogive curve? Pictorial representation. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. Less than ogive curve will go from down to up. This is a simple example for less than ogive, right? From down it will go up, and the graph of more than ogive curve will go from up to down. Graph of more than ogive curve will go from up to down. Now the problem is, how will you plot this graph? That is something interesting. How will you plot less than ogive curve graph? See, how do you get that line? This line is nothing but, the graph is nothing but, the curve is nothing but, when you join so many points, right? What are these points called as? These points are called as coordinates. These points are called as what? Coordinates. So you have to join those coordinates, means you have to first plot the coordinates and then join, and the curve you get will be of this type, and you call that as less than ogive curve. Similarly here also, there will be coordinates which we plot and then later join. When we join, we get this curve which comes from top to bottom, and we call that as more than ogive curve. Yes. So what is interesting here is, you need to remember or understand or observe is how to plot this when you are dealing with less than ogive or more than ogive, and what does this x-axis represent and what does this y-axis represent. Please try to remember, right? When generally x-axis is represented by the class interval and y-axis is represented by the cumulative frequency. So this is what you have to remember. And how to plot these coordinates? Let me tell you. When you are dealing with less than ogive curves, I will write here the coordinates in less than ogive curve is, a particular coordinate in less than ogive curve is upper boundary, corresponding corresponding cumulative frequency. So you write the class interval. In that class interval, you take the upper boundary or upper limit and its corresponding cumulative frequency. Like that, for every class interval, you take its upper boundary and cumulative frequency, upper boundary and cumulative frequency. That's how you will plot the coordinate. And once you plot those coordinates, once you write those coordinates, you plot them on a graph paper. That is what you will do. And this is what when you are dealing with less than ogive curve. Now what do you do when you are dealing with more than ogive curve? The coordinates in more than ogive curve is coordinate, right? One coordinate, not coordinates, coordinate is lower boundary. LB stands for lower boundary, comma corresponding cumulative frequency, right? So this is what is the brief introduction to you in ogive curves. However, we'll try to again give a brief snapshot to you regarding ogive curves, but meanwhile keep your graph paper, pen, pencil, eraser, scale ready for our next class, where I will show you how to draw the ogive curves and more importantly how to plot the median when you are dealing with ogive curves, right? Meanwhile, take care, practice a lot and keep updating yourself. Thank you, bye bye, take care.